This upcoming year, Nathan plans to work as an emergency department scribe at Mercy Hospital in Coon Rapids and as a home health care aide for developmentally disabled adults with ACR homes. And then he plans to apply to medical school with an aspiration to start in the fall of 2011. So please help me welcome Nathan Swenson.
Thank you, President Anderson, for the introduction. I'd like to offer a warm welcome to all donors, parents, grandparents, professors, and students. So, welcome. We gather here today to thank you donors for all of your support, making St. Olaf possible for so many students. Enough thanks cannot be given. It's my honor and privilege to be here with you all, and thank you for your gifts and generosity. I would especially like to thank the donors of the Bacchus Endowed Scholarship, of which I am a recipient. Everyone in this room shares at least one common bond. We all love St. Olaf. Whether you lived in Kildall or Thorson, or ate dinners in Dittman or Stab Hall, we're all here to celebrate the life of St. Olaf. A life that your donations make possible, a life that, within 4 years, has changed me. But why celebrate it? A place where sleep deprivation, stress, and being overworked abound does not sound very life-giving to me. Luckily, St. Olaf is much more than that. Plainly stated, St. Olaf is a strong academic institution. Pretty phrase, but what does it mean? Basically, we read a lot of books and write a lot of papers. But not only that, we discuss ideas both in and out of the classroom. We ask questions. We look for answers. We learn how to think. Here at St. Olaf, well-rounded thinking is shaped by a whole host of opportunities. Extracurricular activities are not simply extracurricular, but rather co-curricular. They enhance the learning environment and help shape the knowledge. From Student Government Association to Thursday night Bible study, to Japanese taiko drumming, to ping pong club, to intramural inter-tube water polo, it's almost too easy to get involved. My personal St. Olaf experience has followed a similar path. St. Olaf's strong academic reputation was a big attraction factor. It seemed the college had its head in the right place. The Great Conversation program stood out to me as unique to St. Olaf, an intense exploration of the big thinkers and ideas of the Western canon. Another attractant for me was that it's a college of the church. It seemed the school had its heart in the right place as well. My faith is central in my life, and I wanted to go to a school that prioritized it as well. I also knew that St. Olaf provided opportunity for involvement outside of the classroom. As a first year at the co-curricular fair, a mass gathering at the beginning of the school year for all student organizations to recruit members, I think I signed up for about 10 groups. I was amazed at the sheer amount of possibilities and wanted to do everything. But doing everything, as most St. Olaf students must one day learn, is a bit too ambitious an endeavor. I committed to some groups and stuck with them. The St. Olaf men's soccer team was among them. Playing the game I love at a high level with good friends has certainly been a highlight of my time at St. Olaf. I'm also running on the track team. It turns out that running without a ball can be fun too. Ideals to action is a common phrase on the Hill, and not just because it's catchy. Putting my faith into action by volunteering was easy with all the possibilities at St. Olaf. Through Project Friendship, I became a mentor for a boy with autism. Entering his world of Jedi and Mordor, I've learned that creative communication is often the most fun. I also spent time in the Northfield Hospital Long-Term Care Center, making popcorn, playing games, and sharing stories with residents. The late Professor Daniel Palm was among them, and some of his stories of St. Olaf's younger days I'll never forget. Dr. Palm, a retired St. Olaf biology professor, and his wife created the International Studies Endowed Scholarship in 1988 to help needy students finance an international studies program. Continuing calling for ideals to action, another Oli, Ishan Ramashan in 2008, created Oli Spring Relief, a spring break service trip. Going on this service trip with 150 other Olies to New Orleans in the wake of Hurricane Katrina was a formative experience. The fact that so many students are willing to volunteer over spring break speaks volumes about the Oli spirit. Demolishing waterlogged homes, cleaning up debris, and rebuilding were among the activities we performed to show we cared. What we received in return, however, was something much greater. The strength and resolve of some of the people I met down there inspire me to this day. At St. Olaf's summer camp fair my first year, I learned about ChristCon, an ELCA camp in the mountains of Montana. Thanks to this fair, I worked there as a counselor for the next 2 summers. Leading middle schoolers on week-long backpacking trips developed my leadership and articulation skills. Working with developmentally disabled adults taught me not to take myself so seriously and take time to enjoy life. These skills transferred well back to the Hill and enhanced my learning experience. The arts were also a key part of my St. Olaf experience. Playing piano in the jazz band and taking private lessons allowed me to express myself through music. Rootless voicings, improvised solos, and funky compings are among my favorite ways to let loose. Learning to ballrooms and swing dance with the dance clubs, and later performing in the ballroom performance group was elegant, wooed my girlfriend, and is a skill I will use for the rest of my life. Dancing in the Indian pop dance group for Diwali and International Night gave me a taste of other cultures and what it means to explore them. My study abroad experience was a 6-month South American adventure. In January of my junior year, I participated in the Peruvian medical experience. As a group of 16 students and 8 healthcare professionals, we set up and ran mobile medical and dental clinics at various orphanages throughout Peru. We learned how to streamline a clinical setup and connect with the kids in the process. In Peru, I knew I wanted to be a doctor. After that, I was on my own for the month of February and volunteered in Peru with a group called Pisco Sin Fronteras, Pisco without borders. Located 40 miles south of Lima along the coastline, Pisco was destroyed by a 7.9 earthquake in August of 2007. The people of Pisco lost everything: their homes, their businesses, and the identity that was intricately woven into them. I couldn't offer a replacement, but I could offer my hands. It was truly a community, a group of international volunteers, and I cleared rubble, dug trenches, and laid bricks, while the locals thanked us with homemade lunches. Without the material distractions I know from home, I learned that it's mutual donation that truly defines compassion. After Pisco, I spent the next 4 months in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Taking classes at Argentine universities, my academic course load ranged from history and politics to hip-hop, dance, and interning at a local hospital. During my stay, I learned how to eat steak like a true Argentine from my host family, how to barter with the mafia to get into the largest soccer game in the country, and how to live off mate, a highly caffeinated tea that's the centerpiece of all social gatherings. Pushed out of my comfort zone, I gained an appreciation for another way of life and became more confident and well-rounded in the process. These co-curricular experiences shaped my identity, deepened my passions, and transformed my life. They were made possible by St. Olaf. And what an honor it is to be here among those that make St. Olaf possible. My experience would not have happened without the financial assistance you donors provide. It's the same story for many other Olies. So on this Honors Day, we honor you, the donors. On behalf of the St. Olaf student body, it is with the most grateful heart that I say thank you.
Thank you, Nathan. Just telling Nathan I'm going to use that suave wink when I get home. Our second speaker, also from the class of 2010,